Hello, everyone. Um, we canceled class for this past week due to the crisis of what we are all going through as a nation, and also actually as of the humanity of the world. We're going through a crisis, so to keep it safe for my family, for everyone else's family, I decided to cancel the class. However, as you may know, I'm committed to at least give some sort of divrei Torah, just so you can have something for your Shabbos table. Because whether or not, we still have to keep Shabbos and we still have to learn Torah. And speaking of which, in case you've missed it, I've sent out a post that Baruch Hashem has got pretty viral. So just a quick vort, a quick Dvar Torah on the situation we're going through. Let's speak about something about the coronavirus. And it seems clear to us by now after seeing so many quote unquote prophecies about the virus, quote unquote, of what we see in the Parshat about the virus, Corona, what it means, and Bible codes. Is clearly sent from Hashem as being a test to humanity, specifically to the Jewish people. If you think about it, sending the virus made all of us become Shomer Negiah, and it also made all of us start watching Tilat Yadayim. The virus also is teaching us a fundamental concept about Hashem and what Hashem is all about. Just because you don't see the virus, just because you don't hear it, just because you don't feel it or smell it, taste it, doesn't mean that it's not there. So too, this is what we should have. This is the attitude we should have towards Hashem. Just because we don't see it or hear Him, just because we don't smell Him or taste Him, doesn't mean He's not there. So if you think about it, why would Hashem break apart a Chavruta session? Just two innocent Jews. I'm supposed to be learning with my Chavruta, but it's cancelled because of the crisis. And my study partners were supposed to come here to my apartment, but that was cancelled. Why would Hashem do that? Why would Hashem also have the yeshivas closed down? Innocent children just learning Torah. Shuls, no one going to pray anymore. Even in this tragic moment, Hashem doesn't want minyanim to happen. Why would Hashem do all of this and even shut down the businesses? So we have a rule, and it makes sense to, if somebody wants to judge another person, the best time for a person to judge another is during their free time. What are they doing during their free times? It's either they come to shul and they're obviously going to be the best in their behavior because of the atmosphere, or they're going to go to work and they're going to act like they are at work and not fool around or joke around, because it's the atmosphere of being professional at work, or being a good Jewish person in shul. So the best time to know who the essence of a person really is when they're at home during their free time. When they come home, they take off their tzitzit and the kippot because they're home now. They don't have to be religious anymore. Or they go out to the bar. They don't have to be professional anymore because they're not at work. So the best time to actually judge a person is during their free time. Here Hashem closed down the yeshivot, the synagogues, the shuls, the charuta sessions, the businesses, giving everyone free time. And maybe if He's giving everyone free time, He's probably also judging us. What are we doing during the free time? Now that we're home, are we, just because we can't go to shul, are we still praying? Just because we're not going to yeshiva, are we still learning? And we don't have work anymore, so usually that's the excuse why one may not go to shul or one may not learn. So now that we don't have jobs to go to anymore, do we do all these things that we're supposed to do? So maybe we should take this actually seriously by continuing, learning and praying, not because we're going to shul or going to yeshiva or having a charusa, but doing it during our free time. And maybe this is the way Hashem is judging us right before the doorsteps of Mashiach. So that was my word for the coronavirus, and obviously I'm not here to talk about coronavirus. We are here to learn Torah of this week's Parshiot. The last Parsha, well, I should say two Parshiot, the last two Parshiot being read on 1 week of Sefer Shemot, the second book of 5 books of Moses. So we are going to start with the Sefer Chinuch brings down a mitzvah number 114. So we have in this parsha talking about Shabbat and how we're not allowed to kindle fire on Shabbat. And Sefer Chinuch brings down that it specifies that Bet Din are not allowed to sentence a person to death via burning on Shabbat. However, the sages, our Chazal tell us, they add on any death penalty is not allowed on Shabbat. But we have the question here, how come the mitzvah of Shabbat speaking about specifically only not to kindle fire on Shabbat? So we may say that it's adding on another law, which makes sense. But in specific, just something that I have realized, it's so funny how of all the things that Shabbat is not that the Parsha is talking about Shabbat, it's specifically only about fire. And as a Baal Tshuva, I've been hearing so many people from so many different angles saying, how come, what's the big deal if I turn on the light on Shabbat, or turn on a TV on Shabbat, or turn on my cell phone? Where does it say in the Torah that I'm not allowed to do any of these things? They didn't have a light back in the day. So where does it say in the Torah we're not allowed to do any of these things? Well, I usually point out to this pasuk actually that says they're not allowed to kindle fire. In reality, what is electricity? Everybody knows who has, somewhat of a logic that electricity is coming directly stemming from fire. And if a person engages something in an electrical shock of a light system or a cell phone or a TV or anything that has to do with electric system, it sparks a fire, which gives it energy. And this pasuk is literally speaking about not kindling fire on Shabbat. So it seems like they're speaking about giving us an extra warning about fire on Shabbat, which is hence how my style of learning, to take everything what I learned and apply it to a practical way. In Shnei Luchot HaBrit, page 335, this is the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He says that a person from this pasuk of Mitzvah 114 in Sefer Chinuch, it says that you're not supposed to kindle fire, also means that you're not supposed to kindle fire of anger on Shabbat. That means a person is forbidden to be angry on Shabbat. Hence, more, a person is forbidden to be angry on Erev Shabbat. And the Satan, just so you should know, is waiting for you at the doorstep to make sure somebody in the family is getting angry on Erev Shabbat. Because he knows that once a person walks into Shabbat angry, then the rest of the Shabbat is going to be angry. And this pasuk teaching us, according to the Shnei Luchot HaBrit, one is not allowed to be angry on Erev Shabbat, especially during Shabbat. And we're moving on to the Zerer Shimshon of the Parshat of VaYakhel. Perek Lamed Hey, Pasuk Lamed. Moshe said to children of Israel, see, Hashem has proclaimed by name Betalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehuda. Zerer Shimshon asked the question, what was Moshe Rabbeinu telling Bnei Israel, the Jewish people, when he said, see, Hashem was proclaiming by name Betalel? What was the question here? Why would Moshe say explicitly Betalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, tribe of Yehuda? The Midrash tells us that when the Jewish people made the golden calf earlier than this episode, Hur stood up and gave his life in order to defend the honor of Hashem. And the Jews ended up killing him for that, because they went against the idea of making the golden calf. At the time, Hashem said that I will see to it that all of your descendants will have a good name in the world. As it says, see, Hashem has proclaimed by name Betalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Yehuda. And so we, as the Jewish people who sinned at the golden calf, thought that because of us donating gold to the Mishkan, it is rectifying, that's the word, it is rectifying the sin of the golden calf because we are giving the gold to the Mishkan. However, we still need to rectify the sin of us killing Hur, and by Moshe telling us, proclaiming the name of Betalel, who is the one to build the Beit HaMikdash, the son of Uri, who was the son of Hor, that gave us some sort of relief that our sin of killing Hor was in fact rectified. Chazak Baruch.